people. This time we're going to do a mermaid set. Just for fun, I wanted to do another one of these as my fourth one now. And we're going to be using some medium length stilettos. Starting off with white as a base on a couple of them. Nice thin coats on the white for sure. And then I've got Makartt. Now these were Mermaid polishes that Makartt put out. I've had these for probably going on 3 years now. So I don't know if they're still available, but I'm sure you could find others if they're not. We're going to be doing an ombre on these other two, so we're only going to do half of these in the purple. And I'm out of shot on the pinky, so you can't see me putting that one on, but we're going to move on anyway. And I'm also going to be using the blue. Now I have sped this up, so you're not going to have to sit through a big old long thing, but we're going to do an ombre on those, as I said. Now I like to put a little bit more polish near the joining line of the colors, so I have a little bit more to work with when I'm doing the ombre. We're just going to use an ombre brush, and just very lightly we're going to flick it back and forth through here until we get a blend that we're happy with. You don't need to spend quite as much time on the first coat because obviously it's going to have another coat on top and you won't see it, but it does help. And there we go with that one. Oh, not yet. Okay, now I think we're good there. Moving on to the pinky. Whoopsie. And we're going to do the same thing. And blend, blend, blend. And there we go. And those are going to be ready for curing. And which we have done. And now we're back for coat number 2. And we're going to do the exact same thing on all of them. I don't know where y'all are at, but I'm in Southern California, as I've said on other occasions, and it is hot this week. It's been averaging between, let's say, 103 to 109 all week. So I am melting in here, guys. So I have both my fans running. I'm hoping they're not going to mess with the sound and the video too much. But I can't live without them right now. And this, I think I said at the beginning, is my 4th set of mermaid nails. And I really am happy with how this set came out. I'd love to be wearing these on my own nails, but maybe, well, I did this set in a pre-sized, like average medium sizes, so possibly I could wear these myself at some point, which I probably end up doing, but not for a while. That we're back to blending for the ombre. This being the last coat of this is where you want to spend a little bit more time getting your blend good. And there we go. Moving on to the pinky. Anyway, I hope you guys are all managing to stay cool wherever you are. Okay, we're going to cure those again. And back, here we are. Now I'm going in with a matte top coat on the white nails only. And, oh, there's our requisite hair. And now I've cured those, and we're back. We're going to be working with pigments, hence the paper towel on my mat. I'm going to be using that second one from the bottom in this stack. This one came from AliExpress, and I've seen the exact same set of four 4 stacks of pigments that comes in a set. I've seen those still out there, so I know you can still get them. And for the purple, I'm using the mica powder. But I've seen this done, this method of this done by Votino. If you guys are not following him, you totally should be. His work is ridiculous. It is so awesome. But anyway, he does a lot of these pigments, so I thought I'd give it a shot the way he does it and see how it goes. I'm just taking a little makeup applicator, and I'm just going to rub these into that matte top. There's not really any pattern or no rhyme or reason for this, so I'm just getting it on there. I'm just going to get it rubbed in real good. And then, once we get that done, I will get my nifty little mermaid looking brush that's perfect for this set and gently brush off the loose pigment. And then it was super, super light, so I decided to go over it a second time. These little cheapo makeup applicators, though, the ends kept falling off of there. I don't know if it's just because it's so hot that they're falling apart because the glue in there is dried out or whatever, but I had all kinds of issues with those staying on. I'm going to brush it again. Sorry I'm out of shot so much, you guys. And there we have, that's what we're going to end up with. A nice pastel looking deal. I was just picking up some of the purple right off of my paper towel where some of it had dropped on there. The only thing about these mica powders I'm not liking are the bags that they come in, because it's hard to get them out of there without making a big mess. I wish they would have come in little pots, but oh well, I guess that's why they're cheaper, because I'm assuming plastic bags are cheaper than the plastic pots. Once we rub it in again, we're just going to dust it off. And then we will go in with the second coat. And brush, brush, brush. And there we go. That's the second one. Well, we did that on the index and the ring fingers. And that's all we will have for that. I will get my mess cleaned up out of here. There's where we are so far. And moving on, now I've got these mermaid stickers left over from when I did a set of teal mermaids on myself, which there is a tutorial for those somewhere back ways on the YouTube if you wanted to see those. I only have one of these scale grids left, so I'm using this one on the thumb. The other thumb is going to just have embellishments on it. But these are the 3D stickers that are raised. So they have the nice edges, which are perfect for painting inside of, because it creates like a little dam so the stuff doesn't run out and get all over the place. Now this one was just a skosh too big for this nail, so I will be nipping off the parts that are overhanging the edge, and of course I'm out of shot yet again. I don't know why lately I've been having issues with this again. I will try harder next time, you guys. It's hard for me because I get focused on what I'm doing and I'm concentrating on doing it, that I don't always glance up and look at the camera thing to see if it's still in shot, which I guess I should be doing more often. But once we've got that neatened up along the edges, we are going to be ready to go on to the next one. Okay, moving on. On the middle finger, I am putting the tail, the mermaid tail. And since these are like skinnier nails than what I normally would probably be using for this stuff, I'm trying to decide which one to use. I believe I settled on that one there. This set of stickers came with a collection of Beetles nail polish, but I have seen this sticker set on AliExpress by itself, so you can get it that way. This is going to have the same deal. We're going to have to trim a little off of the bottom here because it's going to overhang that skinny tip. And there we go. And then this is the one on the other hand. I did not like that real little one, so I went with the bigger one. So it's just going to hang over a little bit more. I don't know why I'm having this part on here. I probably should have cut this out when I edited, since you don't really need to see me doing this twice. But here we are. And we're just cleaning the edges up. I'm gonna nip off that extra stuff. There was a little bit of the tail fin that was hanging over on this one since I used the bigger one that I had to take off the edge. But still pretty good. Okay, moving on. I'm using base coat here. I'm just going to put two little piles of it, two little blobs of it there. And we're going to be mixing that with an ultra fine Holo glitter eventually here. Okay, here's the blue one. I'm really liking this glitter. I've used this on a few different things now. It really is pretty when it's on there. But we're going to mix a little bit of it in to the one blob. And then I will just mix it. And then we will get the other one done. The other one will be purple. Ta-da! And there's the purple. I did put a bit more purple in than I did on the blue one, so the blue one's a bit thinner. I had to pile that on a little thicker on the nail when I was putting it on. And mix, mix, mix. And as usual, I ended up with way more of this than I really needed. Okay, moving on now. We're going to start with the thumb that has the scale grid on it. Eventually, I'll be using this detailer brush. And we are just going to fill the scales in with either the blue or purple. I believe I'm starting with the purple there. And I'm just randomly putting this in wherever. Let's see how nice and neatly it stays inside of its little compartments. you can put it in there and you don't have to worry about it running into the next one. Now, being as I only had one of these scale grids left, I thought about painting them onto the other thumb, but then I know they're not going to look exactly the same and that's going to look weird. So I didn't do that. I just opted to put more embellishments on the other thumb, which you will see in the finished one, but you're not going to see me do those because that was on the hand I didn't show. I wanted to do more blue than purple in the scales because since the nail is already purple and there's no blue on it, I thought it needed a little more blue. So we're going to clean our brush and then we're going to go on with the blue. I'm just going to fill all the rest of these in now with blue. And as I said, there's not as much glitter in the blue, so I have to put it in there a little more thickly than I did on the purple. I suppose I could have sped this up. I should have. When I was doing the editing, though, my computer was doing weird stuff. I think it's because it's so freaking hot in here. So I was trying to hurry through and get it done as quickly as possible. Now I'm just putting these, I was putting them on randomly, and when I just decided all the rest are just going to be blue. So I don't know why I'm randomly doing them. I could have done them in some kind of an orderly fashion, but which is more my style. Oh, on a side note, in case anybody was wondering or was interested, I forgot to post the material list in the description of the last week's video. So when I'm posting up this one, I will fix that last one in case anybody wanted to know. These Holo glitters I did get from Allie. There was a set of, I think, like, I want to say 6 or 8 of them, different colors. So far I've been really liking them. I've used them several times on different stuff. I did get another set recently that had 12 in it, but they were not fine Holo. They were fine ones, but mixed with some chunky in there too. So I haven't used any of those yet. So I will probably be using them semi-soon, I think. I do love me some glitter. Glitter and sparkles. Okay, I think we're done. There was a little spot over here where I slopped onto the white outline. So we're going to try and clean that off very carefully. And I was not totally happy with that, so I am going to also use my brush with some alcohol on it to try and get the rest of that off of there. There we go. Okay, now we're ready to cure that. In we go with it. And then we'll be moving on to the tail. We're going to do the exact same thing on here. This one will go a lot faster because there's much smaller areas. And I'm trying to decide, do I want any more or no? Okay, now we're going to go on with the blue. The rest of them will now be blue. And also down at the very bottom on the tip, I'm going to fill that in with the blue glitter as well when we get that far. You know, if you took the tail fin off of that, it would make a good pineapple. Or you could just cut part of the tail fin off, and then that would be your pineapple leaves at the top. Okay, and there I'm just finishing the tip with the blue glitter down there. Now I'm also going to put the blue glitter in the tail fin. So that'll be the next part. Here we go with that. When I was doing the ombre part of these and trying to hold on to the nail stand to do the with the ombre brush, I don't know what was going on, but boy, my hand kept cramping up. The one that was holding the nail stand, my fingers were just all curled up. I don't know if I was just getting dehydrated or what, but boy, I haven't had any hand cramps like that in a long time. That was not a pleasant experience that I care to repeat. Now this one, I did get a little bit of the blue up on there. I had to clean it off. But that has all been cured now, and we're moving on. I'm going to matte top the ones with the pigment only. And then I will get my tempered top coat, and we're going to go over the rest of them. The ones that have the stickers, we're going to do an extra good amount around the edges to make sure everything's sealed on there and they're not going to lift at all. And the pinky. And that can get cured. I had put kind of a lot over those stickers, so I wanted to get it to the middle before I cured. Now we're moving on to the embellishments. I've got some silver seashore kind of stuff. We're going to use the blue and the purple pearls. We've got some kind of aquamarine colored AB crystals, some regular light purple ones. I did use one of those on the other thumb, which you won't see me work with, but you'll see it at the end. So we're going to start off with this as the ring finger, and I'm going to do a necklace on here. You can see that I've already got way too much glue. Well, some days it just is what it is. Okay, the biggest one in the center, and then I'm going to alternate with the purple and the blues on either side. Now you would think with all that glue that's squishing out of there that it'd be easy for me to put the caviar beads on, but it wasn't totally. I believe that this has sped up this whole section too with all the embellishments, because this is a very time consuming process. It's not hard at all. It's easy. It's just time consuming. So I didn't want you guys to sit through these any longer than you absolutely had to. While I'm on the subject of that, in case you don't know, I also have my videos on TikTok that have been greatly sped up. There's no voiceover except at the very beginning, letting you know what it is. But after that, it's just, you're just going to see a super sped up version of the whole video. So if you want to watch them on there without listening to my voice, there you go. I'm also going to start posting them on, since Instagram has Reels now, I'm going to start posting the same thing on Instagram with the full video, but greatly sped up. This part right here is sped up to double time. The ones on there, if I recall correctly, my husband's been been doing them for me and speeding those up. So I want to say he speeds them up to like maybe 20 times or something. I'm not sure, but in either case, it will only take about, they're less than 2 minutes long was my point. So if you imagine this whole video sped up into a 2-minute format, then there you go. If you want to see them on either one of those, you can find them on there. Now I'm just going in with silver caviar beads. These are not the super teeny tiny ones that I like to use. I'm out of those now. These are the next size up, and I really don't like these because they're just a little too big. I'm still trying to find a source for the teeny tiny ones. I thought that I had found one when I ordered these, but these are still the two bigger ones. We're going to get those all tucked in there nicely where I want them and when I am happy with them. I had also decided on this too that I wanted a caviar bead in between the star and the necklace part. So we're going to pop one of those in there. And then once I am happy with this, it will go in for curing. Back to the TikTok nonsense though. The ones on there will have no music or anything because I'm tired of fighting with them over the music stuff. Despite the fact that we have picked music from their approved list, they still deny it half the time. And my husband even wrote a special music thing for my last video, so I know there's no copyright infringement on it, and they denied that too, so I give up with them. So if you're watching any of my stuff on TikTok, it will be musicless. The ones on Instagram, however, will have music because they are letting it through fine. So I don't know what the deal is, but anyway, that's that. This is the pinky nail. I just decided to put a couple of the shells on there, and I've also got some blue and purple caviar beads that I had used for something else, and I'm going to use some of those, but right now I'm going in with some of the pearls. These are the blue ones. On a note, when using these little metal embellishment things, if they're concaved at all like the shells, you have to get quite a lot of glue, and you have to make sure it squishes out of the edges when you put it on, because if it doesn't, odds are it's not going to glue to the shell. It's just going to be, glue is going to be on the inside of there. It has to get out to the edges, otherwise it's not going to be enough to hold it on. I mean, unless you put like a whole lake of glue on there, then maybe, but okay, these are just those purple and blue caviar beads. I was having a lot of issues getting those off of my brush. Okay, I'm done with that one, and I think, okay, there's the necklace one is out. Okay, I'm going to show you one more. This is the index finger, and on this one I'm just going to have a random amount of embellishments of varying kinds on there. So I'm going to slather that up with glue. And then we will just pop on whatever struck my fancy at the moment is what I stuck in this. I tried to use a little of everything. And I wanted that little star, and it stuck itself to the end of my picker-upper tool. This is basically what I did on the other thumb too, only with more embellishments. I hadn't done anything in a while that had a lot of embellishments on it. I kind of was getting away from that a little bit. I was hoping, because it seems like people don't want to wear nails that have a lot of stuff on them. Most people don't like, take the chance of them getting caught on stuff. They don't like that. I mean, I could see it is annoying, but I mean, once you wear stuff like that for a while, you get used to it, and you start doing things in a certain way so that, things don't get caught on it. Like all the embellishments I usually have on my own nails, I hardly ever get anything caught on stuff anymore. So it's just a matter of you get used to it and you work around it. Okay, these are some more of those tiny colored caviar beads that were giving me a real pain in the butt to get on there. I just did not want to get off of my brush. Plus there was a hair again. And now we're going to go on with some more pearls. Purple one. I seem to get all the blue stuff on one side of this one and all the purple stuff on the other side. That was just a fluke. I didn't do that on purpose. And I'm going to go in with some of the silver caviar beads and just put them in a few places here and there, just to fill in a little more some of the little spots. Now I do cure these for 90 seconds when I get them, when I'm curing stuff with embellishments like this. That's plenty of time for the gem glue to get cured. I probably could do it in 60 seconds, but I just like to give it that extra bit just to be sure. And now we're out of shot again. Okay, I think I might be done with that one. I'm just going to make sure nothing's hanging over the edge, and we're going to cure that now. Okay, and we are going in now for the final top coat. I'm going to use the matte on these two. I'm just going to butt this up against the crystals, and don't go over your silver stuff, otherwise it will be matted. I mean, if you want it matted, then yeah, go over it, but if you don't, then don't do that. I just want to get the gluey mess cleaned up so we don't see that. And then I will go over these guys with the regular top coat, my tempered top, I mean. Now you can get this one over, actually I could have put that over all of those on there. The only thing you don't want to put it on are the crystals. But there we are, all finished. I'm really loving how this came out. I love the colors. Anyway, if you guys like it too, please give me a like. I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to see more, I upload new videos every Saturday. So go ahead and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. And here we are with my finished picture. That's it for now, guys. I will see you guys next week. I'm not sure what we're going to do, but there'll be something. Bye-bye.